Hello, and welcome to another review from PlayDevil.com. Now, launch games are notoriously difficult beasts. Surely this has only been made worse when Microsoft take a series known for its voluminous content and try and get it out as a marquee title for day one. Forza 5 is just that. Whilst the content's reduced from Forza 10 and Microsoft have been touting a whole load of new features, however, to make up for these missing cars and tracks. Is it a worthwhile compromise still? Now, I felt like Forza Horizon, in my review last year, was a big step forwards for driver AI. Turn 10, however, ditched AI completely in favour of the driver task system, whereby your friends, family and people from all around the world will appear in your races and theoretically race like they would if you were playing multiplayer. Now, in principle, this sounds like a fantastic idea that makes the races far more believable. In practice, it doesn't always work very well. Had some fantastic races against aggressive but fair drivers, but other times you were hunted off by deliberate ramming just on a straight. My field going to one massive pile-up just in the first corner. Ironically, you might say, just like humans playing old Forza games. A game that the most aggressive, bizarre or unfair tendencies of driver AI haven't been wiped out. Theoretically though, these changes can be patched on the server side. It'll be interesting to see if the game does evolve over time. Now, the other elephant in the room, as I mentioned, is the reduced amount of content as when compared to the previous game. Less than half the cars and fewer tracks too. Having said that, there's still over 200 machines to play about with. There's far less chaff than before. And it's still really hard to contemplate buying and racing in every car available. There's also a number of open-wheeled cars featured for the first time, which is F1 from this year, and some Indy cars. Gear presence helps you get excited for every car and series that you look at. Lack of tracks is harder to swallow though. Forza seems to make less use of different variants of Feature 32, making it seem like a bit of a slog of time. Lack of weather effects and the day-night cycle is also like a real problem. That would have probably added enough variation to the mix. When you do get into the car though, Forza is the best playing game in the series. Much of that is down to the gameplay improvement though. You can wear out your tyres and engine, most races are too short to make a difference. Vastly improved damage modelling is appreciated though, although it can become such a hindrance that most of the time you'll need to make use of the combine function without any best improvement though, through the Xbox One's controller. The addition of the haptic feedback is fantastic, making hearing abundant but the most hardcore of drivers. Rumbling the trigger gives you far more feedback as to exactly how much grip remains in your tyres when your brakes are about to pop, and allows you to compensate far more quickly. Much easier as a result to hold drifts and to work out exactly how much power you can put down in the corners. Now, Forza 5 brings in what has been seen as the holy grail of this generation so far, 1080p 60 frames a second gameplay. Now, to be honest, whilst bits of carbon fibre and grills look less alienized, difficult to appreciate the resolution personally. So the real benefit to the player comes in the beautiful rendering of tracks, brilliant lighting and reflection modelling all at the same speed. It sounds minor, but seeing your hand reflect off the windscreen as you change gear coming down the hill of the majestic Bathurst circuit in Australia is something really spectacular to behold. Certainly a difference between new tracks and those that return though. New ones look amazing, some of the returning ones like Silverstone can look a bit drab. Sound's also fantastic, and the move up to uncompressed sound makes the roar of a revving engine sound never better. Multiplayer can be a bit disappointing however though. Despite the seamless environment in which the two games operate, sharing cars and credits between single and multiplayer, the actual matchmaking seems quite poor. Quick match equivalent, the excessive filters meant I never played a game with more than 5 other humans despite support. Because in-game the experience seems smoother, cleaner and less laggy than any other game in the series to date. Now hopefully this will be solved with a patch and will be solved naturally over time as more people. Now overall, Forza 5 was never likely to get a higher score. Much content in it. The launch game, Turn 10 have really nailed it. There's still an impressive amount on offer here, the chaff's been cut down, time for new features and race events. However, the addition of some free-to-play features, the lack of in-car rewards, overcomplicated matchmaking does mean there are some genuine backward steps to gameplay too. Most of that's going to be forgotten as you blast through the peaceful scenery and amazing sound and haptic feedback blasting away. Solid 8.5 out of 10 for us.